Hey there, welcome to the Movie Review Mom YouTube channel. Yes, it's been a few days since I've posted, a whole week since I posted a review. I woke up one day and half my face was swollen and red, and I don't want to go into all the disgusting medical symptoms, but anyway, I couldn't see out of my eye and it looked terrible. So I didn't film anything. So now I've got to catch up. So thank you for being here and waiting patiently. I really appreciate that. And if you're a subscriber, then you know I normally post reviews every single day. So that's unusual for me to go that long. You know, when I'm missing in action that I'm probably sick or possibly traveling out of the country. But anyway, the movie I'm reviewing today is called Race for Glory, Audi versus Lancia. This race car movie is now available on Amazon Prime Video, Apple TV, and in select theaters. The movie is rated R and it's an hour and 34 minutes. And my overall movie review mom grade is hovering between a B and maybe even a B minus. Now that makes it sound maybe not so good, but I actually did enjoy it. I'm going to give you an overview in a nutshell, and then I'll point out things I liked, things I did not like or thought could have been done better or differently, tips for parents, themes worth talking about, interesting lines, and recommendations for other films that are sort of similar that you might enjoy more. So first, in a nutshell, apparently the studios think that we're all obsessed with race cars. So another biopic about cars has been released. In 2023, we had Ferrari and Gran Turismo, and I really liked both of those. You can watch my reviews on this YouTube channel. And of course, I'll load up one of those right after this review so you can watch it immediately afterwards in case you missed it. So this movie is inspired by true events that occurred during the fierce rivalry between Germany, Audi, and Italy, Lancia, at the 1983 Rally World Championships. The film was directed by Stefano Mordini. So there were a lot of things I liked about this movie. So first of all, Riccardo Scamarcio and Daniel Bruhl face off in a battle for the finish line as the leaders of Lancia and Audi. They both have great performances. Riccardo Scamarcio also helped to screenwrite the film and served as a co-producer. Daniel Bruhl played another race car driver, Niki Lauda, in the movie Rush in 2010. And that's a movie I recommend. I really got a kick out of that one as well. Other cast members who also did a great job include Haley Bennett, Volker Bruck, Esther Gerrel, Katie Clarkson Hill, and Jacopo Rampini. We learn about the intrigue and dangers of the 1983 World Rally Championship, where race car drivers drive all across the country. And rather than be in stands, the audience is standing at the side of the road wherever they live in the country as the race car drivers are going by. Now, in the 2023 film Ferrari, we also saw the dangers of such a race where the spectators were just standing on the roads outside their house. That movie showed dozens of adults and children being killed in horrendous ways when a race car crashed along a country road during the Mille Miglia, resulting in the cancellation of that race forever. So check out my review of Ferrari. It was really interesting, but that scene was brutal because in slow motion, we see what happened and how all of these people were killed in horrific ways. Now, on a good note, happy note, we get to travel around gorgeous Europe. I adore Europe. I'm going to actually go there twice this year. Whoop, whoop. So super excited. So because of that, we see some lovely cinematography by Luigi Martinucci. And seriously, you cannot take a bad photo anywhere in Europe. It's so charming and stunning and elegant and amazing. And I love it and go there as often as I can. We get to see some old footage from races, but not too much. What we do see is the passion and the love for the sport. Now, even with that recommendation of positive things, there were some things that I didn't like. So, for example, unfortunately, a lot of the details about this particular true story were fabricated. The filmmaker admits that with text on the screen at the very end of the movie before the final rolling credits. And you're just like, wait, what? That's why some of the characters were even made up. And it's such a disappointment. Fans of the sport will probably be disappointed and frustrated and even annoyed, especially since the real race was exciting enough. We don't get to see the cars up close and in action as much as we'd like to, which is odd considering, the movie is about these two amazing car companies. And so you'd like to see more of those. Without English subtitles, the American audience is limited, sadly. I had to keep bouncing back and forth French to Italian to English when I watched it. And so when you watch it at home, you'll have the ability to do that. In the theater, you just are going to miss some of the dialogue, which is sad and frustrating. Popping soundtrack definitely would have spiced things up a bit. Now, let me give you some tips for parents. I think kids are going to be bored. Some adults might be as well. Italian, French, and German are spoken many times without subtitles. There is profanity in various languages, including F-bombs in English. We see a car crash and a car on fire. Some of the themes that are worth talking about are racing, underdogs, passion for the sport, and competition. Now, I always write down funny lines and interesting lines as I watch movies, and I like to share them with you simply so you can get a taste and feel for the dialogue and script writing quality. You can see all of them on my written review at moviereviewmom.com. Now, in terms of funny lines, I didn't write down anything. The movie had some light humor, but it's mostly a drama and nothing was really worth noting. But there were a few interesting lines that I want to share with you. So, for example, there's this interviewer played by Haley Bennett, and she's talking to Cesare Fiorio, who's played by Riccardo Scamarcio. Anyway, she asks him, rallying is a dangerous sport. Is there anything that frightens you? And he thinks for a minute and he goes, yeah, one thing, losing. And he is so driven in this movie. You definitely see his passion more than the other leader of Audi, for example. Speaking of Audi, Ronald Gumpert is played by Daniel Bruhl, representing Audi. And then Cesare Fiorio, played by Riccardo Scamarcio, represents Lancia. So the two of them are having a conversation. And so Roland from Audi says, congratulations on your elegance. And then Cesare from Lancia says, congratulations on your precision. And there's an interesting battle between elegance, precision, new versus old, tradition versus innovation. Another conversation between Haley Bennett, the interviewer, is when she asks, what does it take to win? And then Cesare says, heart and brain and a touch of creativity. I thought that was a really interesting line. Another person asks Cesare what his job is, and he says, my job is to win. And then another comment that he makes that I thought was interesting is when somebody's saying, where are you driving? What are you driving? All that kind of stuff. And he says, where is not the point. The point is how, as fast as you can. Anyway, I loved seeing his passion. I thought all of the actors did a fantastic job. So if you are into race cars or some of this race car history in the competitions, especially in Europe, here are some recommendations for some other films that are similar that you might like. The first is a documentary about the rally on YouTube by Jeremy Clarkson. And I've heard it's actually very good. I haven't seen it myself, but as I've looked at other reviewers or film critics, they've always mentioned that documentary. So if you want to take a deeper dive, I definitely recommend that. And then, as I mentioned earlier, you can check out Ferrari, and I'll load up my review of that one as soon as this one finishes. And then another one is Ford v Ferrari, which is a couple of years ago. And I thought that one was really good. It was much more lighthearted and fun and high energy as opposed to Ferrari, which is more of a serious drama. And then another great one is Rush, as I mentioned before, fantastic actors. And then the last one that I also mentioned but I saw recently for the second time is Gran Turismo. It's just got a lot of that racing energy, but a lot more humor and fun and some really good insights. All right, that's it. Thank you so much for sticking around, and I hope that my reviews are helpful. If they are, please give my reviews a thumbs up and subscribe and tell everybody, come on over and join us. Have a fantastic day, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye for now.